Jaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhaktananda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Anyone would like to share what we discussed in our last session, previous session? Like to summarize? No one remembers. Huh? किसी को याद नहीं है?
Prabhuji, we discussed about that we should, when we serve Krishna and surrender to Him, we should keep Him at the center of all our activities. That helps us to overcome from the clutches
Your voice is little
okay.
bit.
Muffled, is it? Okay. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah, now it's clear.
Okay. So, if we keep Krishna at the center of everything we do, it will help us to keep ourselves away from the clutches of our individualistic sense gratification. And the time is now, not later. Don't wait that when you go to Vanprastha ashram, will have time to serve Krishna and learn about Krishna. I think the time is right now. So the importance of serving and cultivating the seeds of bhakti yoga is very important. I may not remember everything, but sorry, I think I remember this much.
Very nice thing you have brought out. Actually, it's very important to understand is now is the right time. We don't know how much time is remaining with us. Just like this week, lot of tragedies we have come to know, right? We are not aware, or it is very difficult to say how much time we have. Even 1 minute we may have, we can't say, right? Someone may say, "Oh, I'm 40-year-old, I'm 30-year-old, I'll die around 60 or 70. That is the regular lifespan or average lifespan, so I may live that till that time." But we may not know that next moment itself we may need to leave our body. So it is very, very important that with the urgency we should take up this process of Krishna consciousness. It is very, very important. So this will discuss more in detail today. So let us start today's session with the. I'll share the screen. So we'll start with we covered till verse number 21st. These two verses we covered, and with that we try to understand how these activities which are completely meant for Krishna's pleasure, those activities can make our life more and more centered around Krishna, which is free from all sinful activities. Ultimately, one can have a sublime life. One can have a life which is free from anxieties. One can have a life which is free from sin, or which is no more entangling us into this material world. One can lead such a life that is very much possible when one is engaged in free from all kinds of attachment possessions, and one is engaged for Krishna's pleasure, one is engaged in Krishna conscious activities. This one line, when very nice Krishna mentions, is acts only for the bare necessities of life. A person who acts only for the bare necessities of life, he can have a life which is free from all kind of anxieties. Nowadays we see, we accumulate so many things in our life. lot of bank balance, lot of property, this, that, so many things we try to accumulate in a fear that what will happen to us tomorrow, what will happen to us in our old age. We keep accumulating the things, and those things, what happens when we keep accumulating such things, rather than living for the present, rather than living for happiness in today's world, we create a lot of anxiety for ourselves. Like suppose you have a bank balance, good bank balance is there. To protect that, in which bank it is safe, which bank is offering what kind of services, that's that, so much of anxiety. So sometimes tax problem, this problem, that problem, so many such problems we land up ourselves. Whereas a devotee who is practicing Krishna consciousness, he will do bare minimum thing. No doubt, he will also take all all necessary steps, but he will do bare minimum things which are required to keep the body and soul together. We'll start with verse number 22. All of you, please join in chanting the shloka. Yadricha labha santushto dvandati to vimatsaraha
द्वंद्वितो विमत्सरा
समासिद्वा असिद्ध्वा च
समासिद्वा असिद्ध्वा च
कृत्वा हीना निबध्यते.
कृत्वोऽपि न निबध्यते।
Yes, anyone would like to chant this shloka?
द्वन्द्वातीतो विमत्सर समसिद्धावसिद्धौ च यत्त्वापि न निबध्यते।
Wonderful. Yes, anyone else?
यद्राच्छालभा सन्तुष्टो द्वन्द्वितो विमत्सरः समासिद्ध असिद्धौ च कर्तवापि न निबध्यते।
Wonderful. Yes, someone else?
यदृच्छालाभसन्तुष्टो दण्डादितो विमत्सरः समसिद्धावसिद्धौ च कृत्यपि न वर्धते।
Wonderful. Yes, someone else?
यदृच्छलाभसन्तुष्टो द्वन्द्वातीतो स विमत्सरः समः सिद्ध असिद्धोश्च कृत्वापि न निबध्यते।
Wonderful. Yes, someone else?
यद्रच्छा लाभ संतुष्टो द्वंद्वतो विमत्सरा समा सिद्धा असिद्धो च कृतवापि न निबध्यते।
Wonderful. Yes, someone else? Alright. We'll read the translation. He who is satisfied with the gain comes of its own accord, who is free from duality and does not envy, who is steady both in success and failure, is never entangled, although performing action. Very nice instruction Krishna is mentioning here. How, a person who is situated or practicing. Actually, if you see here, Krishna is bringing important from this verse number, from verse number 14 onwards, Krishna is started speaking about what is real karma yoga is. Real karma yoga is non-different from bhakti yoga, and that is what Krishna is talking about. Real karma yoga over here. So he is mentioning how a devotee he performs, or how a person who is practicing karma yoga, how that person acts, how he performs his actions. This is what Krishna is speaking here, and we'll read and try to understand more in detail after reading the problem. A Krishna conscious person does not make much endeavor even to maintain his body. He is satisfied with gains which are obtained of their own accord. He neither begs nor borrows, but he labors honestly as far as is in his power, and is satisfied with whatever is obtained by his own honest labor. He is therefore independent in his livelihood. He does not allow anyone's service to hamper his own service in Krishna consciousness. However, for the service of the Lord, he can participate in any kind of action without being disturbed by the duality of material world. The duality of the material world is felt in terms of heat and cold, misery and happiness. A Krishna conscious person is above duality because he does not hesitate to act in a way for the satisfaction of Krishna. Therefore, he studies both in success and in failure. These signs are visible when one is fully in transcendental knowledge. If we see the case of Arjuna, it is very much evident. Like earlier, initially, Arjuna was very reluctant to fight. Why? Because he was somewhere influenced by this duality. Because he was rejecting or not willing to fight for the purpose that my grandfather is there, my teacher is there, all the kingsmen are there, different friends, relatives, brothers, they are there on the other side. So what is the use of gaining such kingdom at the cost of losing everything? So he was reluctant to fight. He was not willing to fight. But after gaining this knowledge of Krishna consciousness, after gaining this transcendental knowledge, immediately he is ready to act for the pleasure of Krishna. Earlier he was somewhere influenced by duality of this material world, gain and loss, good and bad, moral and immoral, all those things he was completely, just like if you have attended first chapter sessions that he was giving from various shastras, he was quoting as per Dharma Shastra, this is not right, as per Arth Shastra, this, that, various kind of argument he is placing not to fight. But after hearing the message, this transcendental message, transcendental knowledge, he is acting simply for the pleasure of the Lord, because he understood that this battle is not an ordinary battle. This battle is completely meant for the pleasure of the Lord. This battle is going to establish the dharma into the society. And Krishna has chosen Arjuna to do the same thing. Right? In our life, either we may be living in a society which is a communist society or a capitalist society. Whatever we may try to do, in either of the society, people are not happy and satisfied. We dream a lot, we desire a lot of things, and we forget about the reality of life. All of us, we take birth. As soon as we take birth, we gradually grow up. And we see that nowadays, as and when we grow up, everything is there. Thanks to internet, everything is available, all the information, everything is available. So what happens? There is no end to our desires. Earlier, there used to be limited resources, limited contact, limited information is there. Our desires also used to be very limited. We used to be satisfied with the small things in our life. But now, we are overloaded with information. All the resources are there. All the things we can review and see on internet. Our desires has no end. There is no end to our desires. So what happens when we keep desiring like that? When we keep desiring, we feel, this desire or this thing can give me happiness, this thing can satisfy me. Whereas reality of life is something different. reality of life is something different. What is that? Reality of life is each one of us has to meet with death. We have to face a test. And what is that? That is death. That is certain. Things may come, things may go. Few things will remain with us, few things will leave us. But death is certain, that is sure, that is permanent, like it is going to happen. There is no uncertainty about death. In some cases, death may come within 1 year, in some cases 10 years, some cases 50 years, some cases one day, some cases maybe next hour. And not at all certain. Death is not at all certain. It is not, time is not certain how much time we have. But death is certain. Just like last week, there is a, forget about last week, yesterday or day before yesterday, there was a helicopter crash in Kedarnath. Few days back, there was a person, some Kapoor, some actress husband. Anyone remembers what Kapoor that is? She is. Anyways,
Sanjay Kapoor,
huh?
husband of
Sanjay
Karishma
Kapoor.
Kapoor.
Karishma Kapoor, yes. Karishma Kapoor's husband, Sanjay Kapoor, industrialist, businessman. He's playing polo or golf, something he's playing, and some honeybee caused him death. A small honeybee caused him death. Few days back, before that, all of us we know there was a very, this crash of aircraft in which more than 250 people they died. Everyone was sure that we are going to London. They have some may have a dreams, some may have are going to fulfill their desires, to get their dream jobs, to settle in UK, London, different purposes. People are traveling, but within a minute of takeoff, everything is ended. All people on board, they died. Not only that, most talented, most talented students of India who got admission into that college, they are having their meals in the mess after, lot of study and hard work. They also died. Even one of our person who is associated with our temple over there in Ahmedabad, his son-in-law and daughter, they were the doctor, they were in OT. They were somehow got saved. They were also panicked. Before that, there was stampede in that RCB. When RCB won the match, there was stampede over there. There was a stampede in Kumbh Mela. People are going to Kumbh Mela. There was a stampede. People are traveling, going for vacations to Jammu and Kashmir. There is a terrorist attack. People are traveling somewhere. There is a crash of aircraft. They are dying in different ways. But each one of us, or each one, like everyone has to face this death. And today or yesterday, there is a fire breakout in Dubai. There is a building, some 60-70 floor skyscraper. There is a fire breakdown. Before that, there was a corona. Lakhs of people were influenced. Entire world got influenced. Some people, they are going deep down in the ocean through submarine or that submersible, what we say. They died there. People are stuck into the international, that space station ISS. Sunita Williams, she got stuck there for many months together. So if we see, people are dying in different ways. It is not like if we do this thing, we are going to be happy. Happiness does not depend upon the activity. Happiness does not depend upon the situation. Happiness does not depend upon the object and the people around us. We may think under the garb of illusion, we may think that these things may give us happiness, satisfaction. But those things cannot give us happiness and satisfaction. So what will give us satisfaction? That is something very important for us to understand. Just like this, death is certain in our life. Whatever we may try, everyone has to meet with a death. There is no escape. Only escape is possible when someone is practicing Krishna consciousness. That is the only solution. Harim vinana mritam taranti. Without taking shelter of lotus feet of Hari, without taking shelter of Hari, one cannot get delivered. Harim vinana mritam taranti. Taranti means one cannot get delivered from the mritam means death. So how one has to take shelter of Hari? Because we are busy in so much activities, day-to-day activities. Somebody is busy with the business, somebody is taking care of family, somebody is busy with job, somebody is busy with something. So much things we are doing in our life. We are busy day and night with so many things. So can these activities deliver us from death? That we have to understand. Which activities can help us to deliver with the death? That we have to make a choice. And this is what this life is all about. Life is not about in whatever way and means we may accumulate money, this, that, and we may be happy or derive some pleasure. No, life is meant to make a choice to lead in such a way that we get free from the cycle of birth and death. Life is completely meant for that purpose. Just like, scientists, lot of engineers, they create lot of things, technology, gadgets for certain purpose, right? Suppose this mobile phone is there. I am using this mobile phone. If I use this mobile phone as a paperweight, not to make calls, not to click some photos, videos, not for communication purpose, but as a paperweight. So what you will say? Oh, Prabhuji, you have gone mad. You are misutilizing this phone, underutilizing this phone. This phone is meant for so many different purposes. You can do so many things with this phone, but you are using this phone as a paperweight. So what you are doing? You are underutilizing this phone. Same way, if we ask our own self, we all are underutilizing this human form of life, which is very, very rare, very, very precious. Suppose now here Krishna is mentioning he who is satisfied with gain which comes of its own accord. Means what? A devotee or a person who is practicing Krishna consciousness, he understands very well that in his life, happiness and distress is destined. Happiness and distress is destined. Suppose in his life, he has to go through 10 units of happiness. So he will experience that 10 unit of happiness. And if he has to experience 20 units of distress, so whatever it may come, he has to experience 20 units of happiness. That is certain. Now, if both the things are certain, happiness and distress, quantity of happiness, quantity of distress is certain, then devotee thinks, then why I have to put so much of stress, so much of pressure in doing the activities which will bring or bind me with this happiness and distress? Let me engage myself in the activities which are going to liberate me. Which are going to liberate me. There is an example of a one devotee, one exalted devotee who leads his life in a similar manner. I've taken that example, I think, earlier also. The devotee name is Madhavendra Puri. And this Madhavendra Puri is such an exalted devotee that generally, sadhus that go for Madhukari. Madhukari means it comes from, Madhu means honey bee, and Kari means just like they go and collect alms for their survival, for their subsistence. They go and beg so that they can have a food to eat or they can maintain themselves. In that way, they give association to the people to whom they are approaching, to the people whom they are meeting, and also they are able to sustain themselves, keep their body and soul together to practice Krishna consciousness. So this devotee is thinking, anyways, happiness and distress is destined. Anyways, happiness and distress is going to come as per its own accord. So why I have to work hard to maintain my body? I don't have that much time with me. Let me engage. My time is chanting the holy name of the Lord. Let me engage my time in remembering the Supreme Lord in His service. Because happiness and distress is destined, is certain it will come. So why I have to put effort in all these things? I don't have time. Let me engage in serving Krishna. Just like, suppose for an example, now you are sitting at your respective place. Suppose somebody is sitting in US, somebody is sitting in Delhi, somebody is someplace. Someone comes and knocks onto your door, rings your doorbell. You go and open up the door, and you saw, to your shock, Prime Minister of India is standing in front of you. So what you will do? You will leave away everything. Prabhuji, Tata, bye-bye. Session we'll see next time. Now Narendra Modi has come. Prime Minister of India has come. We'll attend him. Right? Because he is such a great personality. He is such a important personality. You will leave away everything. Hundreds of works is there. On your plate, so many things are there. But you will leave away everything and attend him and follow whatever he is telling. Same way, Krishna is Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He is the Lord of the universe. He is the creator, maintainer, everything. By his will, everything is happening. Just imagine how much important he is, how much important that person is. He is the ministers of minister. He is the supreme minister. And in our life, what we do? We leave aside Krishna. Let me go and do this thing. Let me go and do that thing. We waste our time for things which are not worthy of our time also. Just like for an ordinary prime minister, means not ordinary, for a nation prime minister, in front of Krishna, we see ordinary. For him, we leave away everything and attend him. So just imagine how much importance one should give to Krishna. That's why this devotee, Madhavendra Puri, he left everything. I'll not go to Madhukari. I don't have sufficient time. Let me engage in chanting the holy name of the Lord. He was so much busy. One day is over, 2 days over. Nobody came. He thought whatever will come by its own accord, he will have and he will satisfy. And not like he is sitting in the city in middle of some roads and all where people are coming and going. He is sitting in the forest. Govardhan, that time it used to be forest, 600 years back. Forest. Hardly anyone is visiting. There he is sitting and completely absorbed in chanting. Few days over, no one came and offered him anything. Then one day, because Krishna is a Bhakta Vatsala, he is the protector and maintainer of the devotee, he personally came to deliver milk to Madhavendra Puri. He personally came. Because those devotees whose eyes are completely pointed and remembering Krishna, completely anointed with the love of Krishna, for them Krishna is always visible. And for such devotees, Krishna takes pleasure in serving such devotees. And always, Prabhupada says, always there is a competition between such devotees and Krishna. Krishna is serving such devotees and devotees are serving Krishna. So there is a competition goes on, keep going on between both of them. Right? So we gave so much of importance to so many things that we compromise with our Krishna conscious activities, like chanting the holy name of the Lord, reading Prabhupada books, hearing Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, Krishna Katha. We compromise with all these things. And we expect that why Krishna is not visible 3 years over, 5 years over, 10 years over. I'm doing so much, but still Krishna is not visible to me. He's not showing his darshan. From the very first day, we expect like Krishna should come in front of me. But have we ever asked our own self that what importance we are giving to Krishna? That he has to come in front of us? Very neglectfully, we treat or serve Krishna many times. Not everyone, but yes, most of us. So when we take up Krishna seriously, Krishna's holy name seriously, Krishna form seriously, Krishna's pastime seriously, Krishna's holy abode seriously, and sincerely, one day will come when we can see Krishna face to face. Krishna will also be eager to see Krishna face to face. Krishna will be also eager to see his devotees. So we should try our best not to compromise with our Krishna conscious activities. We should try our best that we do all the activities just like if you see the example of Prime Minister, if he asks for a tea, you will make the best tea of your life. Right? You will make the best tea of your life. Whatever you know by your knowledge and all, you will try to make the best tea of your life. Same way, if we offer our best time to Krishna, best energy to Krishna, many a times people when we meet them, they're like, oh, you are so young, why you have joined so young? There is a lot of time is there in your life. After 50, 60, you should have done all these things. After 50, 60, what I can serve Krishna? I need service from people. People should take care of me. What I can serve Krishna? Best time is now. Just like some of you mentioned, best time is now to engage in Krishna service, because we don't know how much time we may have. Many a times someone may tell, oh, I may live another 10 years, 50 years. I'm so young, so fit. Or some cases, Roji, my astrologer, he says, before 50, nothing will happen to you. I'm tension free now. But remember one thing, in Kali Yuga, Manda Sumanda Mateo, Manda Bhagya Upadrita, our Bhagya, our fortune is completely Upadrita, means it is completely not in place. It is completely, what we can say is, disturbed. You may destined to live for 50 years, but your Bhagya is so disturbed that you may die in another 50 seconds. You may not get even chance to live for 50 years. That is Kali Yuga. We are in Kali Yuga. Our Bhagya is Upradita. We cannot depend upon our Bhagya. It is completely disturbed. So any moment we may die. That's why Chanakya Pandit, he says that a person who wants to lead a life of a sense gratification, he should think, I'll never die. I will never die. He should keep planning, keep leading his life in such a way that I'll accumulate, today I have this much, tomorrow I'll accumulate more, day after tomorrow so and so. Like that, he should lead his life in such a way that he is not going to die. He should think and he should lead his life in such a way. Whereas a person who is a spiritualist, he should live his life in such a way that very next moment, this day is my last day. This day is my last day. Very next moment, I may die. So whatever activity he may do, he will do for the pleasure of the Lord, if he is a person of knowledge. What he will do, he will engage himself in Krishna, just like suppose those who are chanting, he will chant as though today my last day is there to do the chanting. So he will do chanting with utmost attention, with a good quality. If any one of you have that much time, you can try. Think that today is my last day and today is my last chanting I am going to do. After that, I'll leave my body. So you will see the quality of your chanting will be very high. There was one king by name Katwanga. That king, he was such an exalted king that he was invited by the demigods to fight with the Rakshasas, with the demons on their behalf. So this Katwanga king, he fought with them and they won the battle. These demigods, they won the battle. And in return, these demigods, Devi Devtas, they want to offer some benediction to the Katwanga Muni. So this Katwanga king who is there, he just asked one question. He said, I don't need anything. I have sufficient. All things are there by God's grace. Just tell me one thing. How much time I am having? Like how much time is remaining? After how much time I'll die? How much time is there with me? So these Devi Devtas, they have such powers. They can, share the timing. They can share all these details. They can see all these things. So they informed him that you have only one murta. You have only one murta. One murta means 48 minutes with you. After that, you will die. Now suppose if doctor tells you that you have only one day to live, what you will do? You will say, oh, let me go there, let me do this thing, let me eat this thing, let me meet so and so person, or anyone else would like to share what they will do if they have only one day to live? Someone would like to try? Nomination update. Yes, nominations. My insurance amount should go to so and so person. Bank balance should go to so and so person. Property should go to so and so person. Very nice. Yes, someone else. What you will do if you have only one day to live?
आइडियली तो वही करना चाहिए जो परीक्षित महाराज ने किया था, हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। बट लगता है हम अभी उस पोजीशन में नहीं है, तो हम तो अभी उन्हीं में उलझे रहेंगे जो जो आपने एग्जांपल दिए अभी।
Okay.
हाँ।
Yes. Someone else. Be with my family in Krishna's temple. Okay. Yes. Someone else. Hmm?
I'll meet my loved ones.
Will meet your loved ones. Okay. All right. So, what Katmanga Muni he did? He had only just 48 minutes left. One murta left. He left aside everything, his family, his kingdom, everything he left, and engaged himself completely in remembering that Supreme Lord. He engaged himself completely in. Just now he has won the battle, and demigods are ready to offer him highest of the benedictions. But he is not at all concerned about all those benedictions. What he did, he left aside everything and engaged himself in remembering the Lord. Same way we see Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj, when he came to know that only 7 days are there for him, he have been cursed by a Brahmana boy. Although he can encounter that curse, he can do counter cursing, and he can, nullify that curse. Although he is that much potent, but what he did, because a devotee is well aware that death is certain, everything comes by its own accord, happiness or distress, 7 days are there. He engaged those 7 days in association of devotees hearing about Krishna. Without eating, without sleeping, he is completely absorbed in hearing about Krishna, remembering Krishna. He is not at all concerned about his family, what will happen and all. Forget everything. Family, kingdom, entire life. He is like, I have given to my family, kingdom, all those things. Let me now, 7 days are remaining. Let me engage completely for Krishna. Same way, if we see in our life, we don't know 7 seconds also we have or not. Just now, I am speaking, talking to you. Next 7 seconds, I may die. Who knows? Talking, I may leave the body. Right? There's no certainty at all. We are not that fortunate that we have a time with us. How much time is remaining? So each and every second is very important for us. And Prabhupada says, this time is so expensive that even though you may spend billions of dollars, you cannot get even a 1 second extra or 1 second back with you. Not at all possible. So this time, if we engage for Krishna, who is a very, 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 very important personality, who has the power to free us from the cycle of birth and death, who has the power to give us the real happiness, that is the real intelligence. That is the real intelligence to utilize our this human form of life. That is the real intelligence. We'll move to next verse. Then we'll understand a lot of more things. Gata sangasya muktasya jnana vistita chetasah Yagnaya charata karma samagram praviliyate. The work of a man who is unattached to the modes of material nature and who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge merges entirely into transcendence. Becoming fully Krishna conscious, one is freed from all dualities and thus is free from the contamination of material modes. He can become liberated because he knows his constitutional position in relation with Krishna, and thus his mind cannot be drawn from Krishna consciousness. Consequently, whatever he does for Krishna, who is primeval Vishnu, therefore all his work are technically sacrifice, because sacrifice involves satisfying the Supreme Person Krishna. The resultant reaction to all such work certainly merge into transcendence, and one does not suffer material effects. So very beautifully Prabhupada and Krishna is mentioning here that a person who is fully situated in Krishna consciousness, whatever act he may do, that act will be simply for the pleasure of the Lord. That act will be a sacrifice to Vishnu, to Krishna. Sacrifice means the action or activity which is meant for the pleasure of Lord or Krishna. That is known as sacrifice. Now, Prabhupada in this connection, he gives a very beautiful example. Just like knife is there, knife can be utilized to take away the life of a person and also to save a life of a person. A knife which is used by a criminal will be utilized in a way to take away his life. Whereas a knife which is used by a doctor will be used to save a life. Same way, a person who is acting in Krishna consciousness, he may also perform his activities which may look similar. He is also eating. But what he is eating Krishna's prasadam. He may also do certain activities, but he will do all those activities for Krishna's pleasure. He may also go to some municipal corporation office, but he will go for what purpose? For some temple maintenance, temple services and all that. For Krishna's service he will do. So whatever activity he may do, he will do for Krishna's pleasure alone. Even though activity may be same, but he will do that activity for the pleasure of the Lord. Just like I give this example earlier also I've given, that a person who is fighting on the border, he is also killing. Or a person who is a criminal, he is also killing. Both activities are same, but that person is killing for the sake of nation. But this person is killing to create nuance in the society. That person is awarded, this person is put behind the bars. Activity is same, but consequences or result are different. Same way, to maintain our body, all of us need food, require food. So let us eat Krishna prasadam. Let us offer it to Krishna. Or remember and at least recognize Krishna's presence or Krishna's reciprocation, that he is giving this food to all of us, where we can eat this food and get nourishment and all those things in our life. Let us at least recognize that, right? So whatever activity we do, if we try to do for Krishna, for Krishna's pleasure, then you will see those activity will liberate us. And here Krishna is mentioning that A person who is fully situated in transcendental knowledge means he is aware, well aware what kind of activity he is doing and how he is doing and what consequence he is going to have, and he is doing those activities completely for the pleasure of the Lord. He completely merges into transcendence. Means he sees Krishna everywhere. He sees Krishna everywhere. I need one volunteer. Anyone would like to volunteer? Yes. Hmm?
I can, Prabhuji,
You can. Oh, wonderful. So
without
suppose
asking what is the volunteer for.
no, that is nice thing. Without asking what is it is meant for, you first said I would like to volunteer. So that is good thing. Others many times we think, oh, for what we have to volunteer. So good thing, good quality. So yes, so volunteer is about. I have a question for you. What is the most expensive thing you have purchased in your life, or the most expensive things you aspire to purchase or you aspire to have in your life, or you feel that is the most expensive thing in the world I would like to have? So any such thing would you like to share? What is that thing?
What I have purchased till now is the home I reside in.
Mm-hmm.
What I really aspire is a home again in Vrindavan.
Okay. Very nice.
Yeah.
But what do you feel is the most expensive thing in general people aspire for?
In general, it is, property, cars, then mm, jewelry. Yeah. But I think now that you are teaching all of us, I feel that uh, all this is not expensive. Our devotion is more expensive.
Oh, nice realization.
Mm.
Yes, devotion is there's no bound to his what is most expensive, but it is freely available. If you see, devotion
Yeah,
is
but we
freely
don't
available.
realize it. We don't realize that it is most expensive.
Yes, anyone else would like to share the most expensive thing that they aspire for and they want to have in their life? What is that?
तो वो जो भजन भी है ना, पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो.
वो भजन नहीं है, वो सॉन्ग है. There is a movie and it's
अच्छा
movie song.
अच्छा मूवी सॉन्ग है.
So we feel that wherever the name of Lord is there, it is a bhajan
That
and
is
not a
bhajan.
song.
Okay.
We in general think like that.
Okay. Most expensive. There is a comments. Okay, let me read some comments.
Bhakti.
Bhakti. Okay.
प्रभु जी जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है
Mm-hmm.
वो कार्मिक बंधनों से मुक्ति हो जाना, जो आपके कर्म के बंधन है उनसे मुक्त हो जाना, वो सबसे एक्सपेंसिव चीज है.
Okay. So, as you have mentioned, jewelry is again one of the expensive commodity that people aspire for. Similar such commodity people aspire for. Anyone would like to share any such commodity? Or you may not be aspiring, some other people may aspire. You may have an idea.
I'm not aspiring for jewelry, Prabhuji.
Okay.
I thought people in general.
Okay. So, yes, any other?
For me, it's not jewelry, but yeah, I think Ruchira covered one item, which is we both are very excited to buy a big place in our Chandrodaya Mandir where all our family members can reside. I also aspire and desire for one thing very strongly, but I think it's again attachment for my son. I just want that community where he can live after I die. and he will be fine. That's I think that's a big aspiration I have, and it's a difficult one, and I know I have to overcome that attachment, and I know Krishna will take care of him, but still that keeps lingering my mind all the time.
No, it's your genuine this thing concern about your son. Seeing his situation, it's a very genuine concern. So one thing I would like to share: devotees also aspire for jewelry, but their jewelry is different. Their jewelry is a subtle jewelry. It cannot be, seen grossly. It can be seen subtly. It is known as sadhu bhushana. What is that bhushana? What is that jewelry? They aspire for the qualities, divine qualities, like humility, like honesty, truthfulness, sadachar. They aspire for such thing in their life, which can please Krishna, which can satisfy Krishna. They aspire for such thing. Just like when a woman, she adores herself with various jewelry, she becomes attractive. Same way, a devotee, when he adores himself with such qualities, Krishna becomes attracted to such devotees. He gets attracted. Seeing that my devotee is having all such wonderful qualities, he simply get attracted to the devotion is one of such quality that devotees, and they are adorned with all such abhushanas, they are adorned with all such jewelries. This is the jewelries that devotees have there in their life. So just like you have shared, one of the commodity that people like is jewelry. So now suppose your cupboard is completely filled with a lot of stuff, cloths, some, papers, documents, this, that, so many things are completely, occupied the space. And those stuff is like years after years, it's getting accumulated and you are not much utilizing those things. But now you have brought a set of jewelry for yourself, which is very expensive. So what you will do? Yes, volunteer. What you will do?
जगह
We'll
बनानी
first offer
पड़ेगी,
to
वो
Krishna.
सब फालतू की चीजें
हाँ?
हटा के जगह बनानी पड़ेगी,
जगह
तो बैड
बनानी पड़ेगी।
क्वालिटीज हटा के अच्छी क्वालिटीज लानी पड़ेंगी.
ओके, आप क्या बोल रहे थे?
नहीं मैं कुछ ऑफ ट्रैक बोल रही थी. Sorry
नहीं नहीं बोलिए, प्लीज शेयर, प्लीज शेयर.
I
I want
thought
to
I
hear.
was just thinking it as a jewelry. So
हाँ,
I thought we should offer it to Krishna first.
okay, we should offer it to Krishna first.
No,
Okay,
but
nice.
in a different, you said in a different sense, which Bhaiya has shared.
Okay, so you will also clear up your cupboard to
Yes.
keep the jewelry. So same way, if we see, our heart is filled with lot of such anarthas, life after life. Our heart is filled with matsara. Here, let us pull up this. Our heart is filled with enviousness, with full of duality. Yadricha labha. We want to desire some gain in our life. We desire all these things. Success, failure. Our heart is filled with enviousness. Our heart is filled with anger. Our heart is filled with all such things. So where is the space for Krishna then? We say Krishna is the most important person in our life. But are we giving that space to Krishna? We have to clear that space, clear this clutter in our heart so that we can invite Krishna and make him sit in our heart. A life after life, we have accumulated such things, such certain attachments, certain aspirations, certain desires, which are not at all required for our bhakti. We have accumulated all these things. And when all these things, our heart is completely filled, then where we can make Krishna sit? We all of us want Krishna in our life. But what we have done for Krishna? Just like you want to keep jewelry, which is very expensive. But if you don't want to clean up your cupboard, where you will keep your jewelry? There's no space for keeping the jewelry. Right? There's no space. The jewelry, if that jewelry is really valuable, if that jewelry is the most expensive thing you are having, then what you will do, immediately you will clear off your cupboard and keep that jewelry with utmost attention. You will keep that jewelry safely. Same way, when we give such attention to Krishna, such importance to Krishna in our life, we can see Krishna 24/7 in our life. Actually, all of us, or all the people across the globe, they can see Krishna as per their level of understanding. As per their level of understanding. For an example, if a bug, a small insect or some bug is there, he is there in your room, small insect, some worm or some bug is there, that bug cannot conceive that how this room is connected to another room in your house. He cannot conceive that thing, that how from one room to another room you can travel or you can transverse. And he cannot conceive how one house is connected to another house in a society or in a community. He cannot conceive or perceive this thing. And he cannot conceive that how a society is a part of a city and how this city is a part of a one nation. He cannot conceive all these things. He cannot perceive that how all these things are connected, because his level of seeing or understanding is very, 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 very small. It may be limited to 10 by 10 room. He cannot go beyond that. His life may end in this 10 by 10 room. Same way, in our life, as per our consciousness, we can conceive Krishna. If our consciousness is elevated, we can see Krishna with our naked eyes, face to face. We can see him. If our consciousness is so gross, so materialistic, we cannot see Krishna directly, but through the various elements through which Krishna is present. Just like Krishna is present in the form of water, but we will see only water, not Krishna. Why? Because our level of understanding is limited to that extent. So we will see to that extent only. We'll read next verse quickly. Number 24th. Brahmarpanam Brahmahaver Brahma Gno Brahma Brahmeva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhinam. Wonderful verse Krishna is mentioning here. A person who is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness is sure to attain the spiritual kingdom because of his full contribution to spiritual activities, in which the consummation is absolute and that which is offered is of the same spiritual nature. We'll read the purport quickly and then we'll try to understand more in detail. How activities in Krishna consciousness can lead one ultimately to the spiritual goals is described here. There are various activities in Krishna consciousness and all of them will be described in the following verses. But for the present, just the principle of Krishna consciousness is described. A conditioned soul entangled in material contamination is sure to act in material atmosphere, and yet he has to get out of such an environment. The process by which the conditioned soul can get out of the material atmosphere is Krishna consciousness. See, the process by which the conditioned soul can get out of the material atmosphere is Krishna consciousness. Without Hari, without Krishna, we cannot come out of this material atmosphere. For example, a patient who is suffering from a disorder of the bowels due to overindulgence in milk product is cured by another milk product, namely curds. The materially absorbed conditioned soul can be cured by Krishna consciousness as set forth here in the Gita. This process is generally known as yagna or activities simply meant for satisfaction of Vishnu or Krishna. The more the activities of material world are performed in Krishna consciousness or for Vishnu only, the more the atmosphere becomes spiritualized by complete absorption. See, the more the activities of material world are performed in Krishna consciousness for Vishnu only, the more atmosphere becomes spiritualized by complete absorption. See, try to understand the gravity of this statement. The more the activities of material world. In material world, what activities we perform? Simple, if we see, we perform eating, sleeping, mating, defending, doing or lot of acquiring wealth or acquiring property, as mentioned, as we have shared, acquiring property, various such assets in our life. We utilize our life in doing such material activities. But same activity, if we do, just like, okay, let us construct the temple for Krishna. Same activity, we are acquiring property. We are acquiring, just like we have to construct our house. We are constructing a house for Krishna. Same activity, but for Krishna. So what happened? That activity, even though has no relationship, but that activity help us to remember Krishna. Just like, on New Year I was sharing that you should offer something, some bhoga. So some of you were mentioning that many times you think what we should prepare for Krishna. Tomorrow what shall I prepare for Krishna? What I should prepare in breakfast? What I should prepare for lunch for Krishna? So what is happening? You are thinking of Krishna. What I should give to Krishna? So what is happening? Your mind is absorbed in thinking of Krishna. And by that, what happened? Spiritualized. Our consciousness gets spiritualized. So far, if you see, we think of ourselves. Oh, what we should eat tomorrow. I'm thinking I should eat pizza tomorrow. I want to eat pizza. Here what is happening? Entire thing is centered around aham and mameti, me and myself. Entire thing is centered around our own happiness, our own pleasure. Whereas when we think, oh, tomorrow what should I offer to Krishna? Shall I prepare some puri sabji? Shall I prepare some paratha? Shall I prepare this thing? Oh, paratha last week I prepared for Krishna. Let me offer something else. Let me prepare something nice. Tomorrow is weekend. Let me prepare something elaborate for Krishna. So what is happening? Your mind is absorbed in thinking of Krishna. Earlier you used to think, it's been a long time I have not eaten pizza. Let me eat pizza tomorrow for myself. But here you are thinking of Krishna. Same activity, but Krishna is the center. Or it's been a long time I have not gone to temple. It's been a long time I have not gone to Vrindavan. Let me go to Vrindavan. I'm traveling here, I'm traveling there. So same activity. It's been a long time we have not traveled anywhere. Let me go to heaven darshan. Let me go and have darshan of Krishna. Same activity. It's been a long time I have not, spoke to my friends. Now you may think it's been a long time I have not spoke to devotees. Let me call and talk to devotees. Discuss about Krishna. Same activity. Earlier also I want to talk to someone. Now also I want to talk to someone. Now I want to talk to a devotee. Now I want to discuss about Krishna. Now I want to discuss how Krishna is reciprocating in my life. So that is absorption in Krishna consciousness. But gradually we get completely absorbed in such activities in Krishna consciousness. Brahman means spiritual. The Lord is spiritual and the rays of his transcendental body are called Brahma Jyoti. His spiritual effulgence. Everything that exists is situated in the Brahma Jyoti. But when Jyoti is covered by illusion Maya or sense gratification, it is called material. When the Jyoti is covered by illusion, Maya or sense gratification, it is called material. But a person who is expert, he can engage even this material energy in service of Krishna, and when he does so, same thing Prabhupada is mentioning here. Where is that? The more the activities of material world are performed, more the activities of material world. See, a person, a devotee, generally scripture says a devotee is very expert, he is daksha. At one place Krishna himself is mentioning devotees are daksha. They are very expert. Why? Because they engage even material energy in the service of Krishna and they get liberated. And that is the highest level of renunciation. What is that? Nirbandhe sambandha Krishna yukta vairagya uchyate. You connect. There is no relationship. Nirbandhe sambandha Krishna. There is no relationship of material world, material energy. But you connect entire thing. Your family, your relationships, your bank balance, your property, everything you connect. Sambandha Krishna. That is the yukta vairagya. That is the highest level of renunciation because everything belongs to Krishna. Now you connect everything back to Krishna. That is the highest level of renunciation. Suppose Prabhupada in this connection, he gives an example. Suppose a person is there who lost his money. There is one thing is, I don't know whose money it is. It is lying down, let it be. Why I have to bother? So you pass by. Another person is, he will take that money and he will go and deposit into police station that so and so place I found so much of money. Or there are third category of people also. What they will do, they will take up that money, keep in the pocket and go, let's have some party today. They will utilize that money to do some party. But an intelligent person is one who goes and give it to police station or to the owner. Same way this material energy, everything belongs to Krishna, and when we engage all the things in his service, so that is considered as yukta vairagya, highest level of renunciation. This material veil can be removed at once by Krishna consciousness, thus offering for the sake of Krishna consciousness. The consuming agent of such an offering or contribution, the process of consumption, the contributor and the result are all combined together, Brahman or the absolute truth. And when such thing happens, the person who is offering the seva or the seva and everything's become spiritualized. Even though he may be doing that simple act, but that act itself gets spiritualized and that person also gets spiritualized. The absolute truth covered by Maya is called matter. Matter dovetail for the cause of absolute truth regains its spiritual quality. Krishna consciousness is the process of converting the illusory consciousness into Brahman or the Supreme. So here Prabhupada is mentioning very nicely, Krishna consciousness is the process of converting the illusory consciousness into Supreme or Brahman. That is the process. Means Krishna consciousness is the process of converting temporary things, materialistic thing, into permanent thing, which is spiritual. Here you have some material assets. That opportunity you can convert into permanent asset. Like many of us, we do FD so that after 10 year, 20 year, we can get some benefit. But what if you make a permanent FD which is there with you life after life. How blissful that FD will be, right? When the mind is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, it is said to be in samadhi or trance. Anything done in such transcendental consciousness is called yagna or sacrifice for the absolute. In that condition of spiritual consciousness, the contributor, the contribution, the consumption, and the performer or the leader of the performance, and the result or the ultimate gain, everything becomes one in absolute, the supreme Brahman. That is the method of Krishna consciousness. Everything, when it, as soon as that thing gets in touch with Krishna, everything gets spiritualized. Here, very nice thing Prabhupada is mentioning. I'll try to share this with, where is that? This, I'll try to share with the one pastime. Once Akbar, he visited Vrindavan. There Sanatan Goswami was one of the prominent Goswami, very well known and very famous. To meet him, he visited Vrindavan because he is a great exalted devotee. So Akbar, when he visited, he asked, when you meet some saintly people, sometimes you ask, how can I serve you? What can I do for you? So Akbar also, he asked, what can I do for you? Is there anything I can do? How can I serve you? Sanatan Goswami said, no, I don't require anything. I have sufficient. I'm no need of anything. He said, no, I have come. I'm the emperor. You should ask me. I can do anything. Then Sanatan Goswami said, he was sitting on the banks of Radha Kund. He said, if you go down little bit, that step is broken. This step of Radha Kund, it is broken. A small piece of that is broken. Can you please repair it? This Akbar, being the emperor, he got immediately, he got insulted. He felt very insulted. But I am the emperor and he is asking me to repair a small step. What do he think of himself? I've come here and he is asking a small thing. Then Akbar thought, okay, let me go and see what he is asking. And when he went and he saw that step, and immediately he could visualize the real step of Radha Kund that exists in Golok Vrindavan, that exists in spiritual abode where Krishna resides. And seeing that, he was completely bewildered. And he came to Sanatan Goswami and he said, oh master, what to speak of me? Even entire world kings come together. They can also not repair this step because this step is completely made of the jewels which are not at all possible to have in this material world. These jewels are not of this material world. These are completely something which is spiritual. I cannot repair. What to speak of myself? All the kings come together of this world also cannot repair. So whatever thing, just like, during Krishna's time, when Krishna was present here, personally, all the Devi Devtas, they used to think what kind of, fortune these Gopalas are having, what kind of tapasyas they must have done, that they are getting opportunity to play with Krishna, to eat with Krishna. What kind of tapasya they must have done. Same way, if we see, we also have same opportunity available with us even now. How? Anyone would like to share how it is available? Even now, it is available for all of us.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can you repeat the question?
So, what I was saying is, when these Devi Devtas, they saw that Krishna, he being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and these Gopalas, Gwalas, Gopis, they're playing around with Krishna. Sometime, They are different ways they are playing with Krishna. So they are thinking that what kind of austerities these Gopalas must have done in their previous life, that they are getting opportunity to play around with Krishna. So same way, we also have similar opportunities in our life, even now. So anyone
I'll
would like
try.
to share how?
I think we just had one, right? When we did the Panihati festival and everything.
Mhm.
It was playing with Krishna only, I feel. Uh,
Okay.
all the events we do in the temple or the
Mhm.
way we serve him, I think that builds that relationship.
Mhm.
And if you visualize you're doing some activity which is served to Krishna, it's like playing with him. Like
Okay. Yes, anyone else? Anyone else would like to share?
I think if we completely surrender to Krishna, um, we can get an opportunity to have a, as you said during, during the session, that we can have an opportunity to have a face-to-face interaction with him.
No, I'm saying even now we are having this opportunity. Even now we are doing this. Not in future, not like post-dated check. Even now. Yes,
So,
Deepak ji, would you like to share?
so
Yes.
Prabhuji, is it because Krishna is present in his holy names? As you have
Okay.
told that there is no difference between him and his holy names.
Mhm.
So if we chant and if we do it with focused attention, so we'll
Mhm.
find his presence and our activities will be directed towards him.
Mhm. Okay.
So this could be one.
Nice. So, if you see, there is no difference between Krishna, Krishna's holy name, Krishna form, Krishna's
Oh,
pastime, Krishna's abode, and Krishna's paraphernalia. There is no difference at all. Now, Krishna is present in front of us, suppose at your home in the form of photo frame, or in a temple in the form of a deity. There is no difference in the deity and Krishna himself. Krishna, out of his mercy, very mercifully, he descends himself into the deity to receive the seva from us. Just like you shared in Paniyati, what we did, we prepared various offerings for Krishna. Now we are eating. So what we are doing, we are eating with Krishna. Just like in Vrindavan, we did Nauka Vihar. What we are doing? We are doing Nauka Vihar with Krishna. We are witnessing that Krishna is going in Palaki. We are following him. Just like, in India, marriages, वो बारात निकलता है. You go with the दूल्हा and all that you do. You follow that, right? वो बारात में जाता है साथ में. You are following Krishna's entourage. What kind of fortune it is? Following Krishna's entourage. You're doing Nauka Vihar with Krishna. You're eating with Krishna. Or there is no difference. With our material eyes, we may see there is a difference. Oh, Krishna should be like this. No. But there is no difference in his holy name, in his form. Out of this is the duality actually. This is the duality we are bound up in. If we can get free from such duality, you will see that how much fortunate we are, that we are having opportunity to stand in front of Krishna, to talk to him, to have his darshan, to share our mind with him, to offer our prayers to him. What kind of fortune we are having? But what is happening? Because we are bound up with the duality of this material nature, we see that as a different activity. We see that as a different activity. Whereas, if you understand the point that there is no difference, then you will see, you can experience the presence of Krishna. You can experience that. And you will feel that yes, Krishna has chosen me and I'm the most fortunate person. Even though you may not have anything with you, materially, but you will be very satisfied. Krishna is mentioning here, no? Yad irchalabha santushto. You will be self-satisfied. Where is that? I will just pull up. Here Krishna is mentioning you will be self-satisfied. We observe here and above this, he who is satisfied. And same thing Krishna is mentioning in the 12th chapter also. I'll just pull up that also. Rejoice nor grieves, who neither laments nor desire, one who renounces both auspicious and inauspicious things, such a devotee is very dear to me. Yo na harshati na dveshati na sochati na kanshati subha shubha parityagi bhakti mam sa me priyaha. He is very dear to me. Further, he is telling who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is free from contaminating association, always silent and satisfied with anything, does not care for any residence, who is fixed in knowledge and who is engaged in devotional service, is dear to me. Means he is free from all such dualities. These are all dualities. Honor, dishonor, heat, cold, happiness, distress, all are these dualities. Those who follow this imperishable path of bhakti, path of devotional service, completely engage themselves with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very, very dear to me. Clearly, Krishna is mentioning they are very, very dear to me. And for such devotee, Krishna is eager to see such devotee, eager to meet such devotees. And for such devotee, Madhavendra Puri, Krishna stole the pot of sweet rice personally. There is a temple, Shirchor Gopinath, in Odisha, where Krishna stole this pot of sweet rice, kheer, for his devotee, such devotee known as Madhavendra Puri. So that is a thing we have to imbibe in our life. And now one may question that this death and all is there. Even suppose a person who is practicing Krishna consciousness, he is also going through distress. He also dies. So how one can see this thing? Anyone? Anyone would like to share? A person who is practicing Krishna consciousness, he is also dying. He is also experiencing distress in his life. So how we can see this thing?
The person who is practicing Krishna consciousness, he sees even any kind of misery he is getting, he see it as a kind of effect of his past karma, and he sees it through the lens that okay, Krishna is actually favoring him by giving such kind of miseries so that his past deeds uh, uh, are normalized, and he will further progress in Krishna consciousness faster because his effect of past deeds will go. So he does not complain in case of when he is getting when he is coming through these negative circumstances. Rather, he take it as an opportunity, and he sees everything as Krishna's mercy, whether it is happiness or sorrow. So in both the situation, he see it as a mercy of Krishna. Just like Kunti Maharani said that because you have given so many miseries, so that was actually our that was our good luck. Because of that only we were able to get your association. So that
Yes.
way.
Wonderful. Yes, anyone else? Yes, Ruchira ji, you want
I
to share
wanted to
something?
say the similar thing. It is all because of our past karmas, and especially for devotees, uh, Krishna is just trying to balance it out as soon as possible.
Yeah, looks like I am taking session for only 3-4 people. They only answer questions. Rest all, they are completely silent. Whatever is going on, something is going
We are absorbing actually.
on. Okay.
एक्चुअली डेथ को जो कृष्णा कॉन्शियसनेस में या आपका डिवोटी है, दे विल नॉट टेक डेथ एज ए मिजरी. इट विल बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ लाइफ. इट इज द वन स्टेप फॉरवर्ड.
All right, wonderful. Yes. So Prabhupada says very nice, with very nice analogy. Prabhupada, brings out this point that he says, just like cat is there, cat is carrying the kitten in his mouth, in her mouth, and cat is carrying the mouse in her mouth. The feeling of mouse and the feeling of kitten is very different. Mouse is completely fearful. Any moment I may die now. Any moment this cat will tear me apart and will eat me. And kitten is simply rejoicing, very joyful, feeling the affection of mother and enjoying the moment, right? Same way, a devotee also experiences death and distress, but he knows this distress is an opportunity for me to come closer to Krishna. This distress will help me to purify my existence. This distress will help me to remember Krishna. And death, after death, certainly by performing devotional service, if I perform devotional service with all sincere efforts and care, with all seriousness, certainly after death, I'll meet with Krishna and have a supreme destination. So devotee is rejoicing the death and the distress. Whereas a person who is completely absorbed in materialistic life, he is full of fear of death. Suppose he comes, just like a few days back I was in hospital. One devotee was admitted. So people, who are engrossed, but they are not aware of Krishna conscious life. For them, if some small thing happens to them, they are completely devastated. Their entire family is devastated. Whereas a devotee who is suffering from all this distress, he is thinking, all this distress is helping me to remember Krishna. All this distress, now my life is going to come to an end. And after this life, I may get the opportunity to see Krishna face to face. So devotee experience as though that kitten is experiencing that my mother is carrying me. She experienced different kind of joy, affection, and rejoicing that journey. Whereas mouse is completely filled with fear. Anytime I may die. So that is the difference. And regarding this duality, just one thing came to my mind. I'll share with that. We'll close. Just like we see the duality and we see Krishna to be different from his deity, different from his holy name, from his holy abode, Vrindavan Dham and all these places. Krishna, he is free from all such duality. How? Just like if you see the examples of great demons like Kamsa, Hiranyakashipu and all such demons, they were also completely absorbed in remembering Krishna. But out of enmity, they are thinking of Krishna. But they are also thinking of Krishna. And a devotee is also thinking of Krishna. So to do welfare of his devotee and to the demons also, those who are completely absorbed in thinking of Krishna. For Krishna, it's on absolute plane. There is no difference. One is thinking out of love and affection, one is thinking out of enmity. But to do welfare, Krishna performs pastime for the pleasure of devotees, and Krishna kills the demons so that they can have a better life. They can have a better life. Krishna actually kills their enmity. Krishna kills all, Krishna wipes out all their anarthas. In such a way, they can serve Krishna or they can have a better life. So Krishna is free from duality. He, for both the welfare of his devotee and the demons who are completely absorbed in thinking of Krishna out of enmity, even out of enmity. for them also Krishna appears and do their welfare. So see such a person in this material world, if you are failed to satisfy someone's ego or satisfy someone uh, point of view, or someone yeah, you are not aligned with someone's thoughts and someone's action, immediately there is a clash, there is a fight. But just see, even Krishna, you remember, out of enmity, Krishna is there for you. So what kind of exalted, means even demons for Krishna, demons are also great personalities. They are also not ordinary. So that's how Krishna is free from duality. And we should also try to come out of such duality, keeping reality in mind. We should try to come out of duality. With this, we will end here. If any question is there, we can take up some quick questions. Anything is there to share or ask?
I have a question, Prabhuji, but it will
Yes,
take
please.
time for
No
you to
worries. You
answer.
take
I
up.
can take
I
it.
can finish in 30 seconds also. Don't worry.
So, Prabhuji, you say that, our soul is eternal
Mm-hmm.
and the body is perishable.
Mm-hmm.
सत्य असत के बारे में आपने हमें बताया था.
Mm-hmm.
So, you also said that it is inauspicious to cry when somebody dies in your family or somebody known to us. But when we have this thought that now this person will not be there with us, his affection, his care, his love will not be there with us, it makes all of us cry.
Mm-hmm.
And even if we know that the body is
Perishable.
temporary and the soul is permanent, but we still are not able to hold ourselves and do not react. I mean, it's not possible to not react to the situation. So I want to understand from you, how do we, we are very new to this Krishna consciousness journey, and we just lost somebody who was very near to us.
Yeah, you
I
shared.
was trying my level best not to cry, but we were not able to hold ourselves. So I just need your guidance on that.
Yes. In 30 seconds also I can answer this question.
That's why I could not. I never wanted to ask this question now, but
No.
I
So,
had an.
no worries. I'll share in detail. So what happens actually, if you see the reality, always we are acting on a platform of aham and mameti, me and mine. Now I'll lose the opportunity, not experience certain kind of pleasure or affection from that person. I'll miss out something. I'm missing something. I'm not getting something. So what we are doing? Always we are keeping ourselves in the center. That I'm not getting something. I should be the center of enjoyment. This is how all of us are trained to think. Our thought process is like that. Always we think this should be for me.
But it's not about
Actually,
enjoyment. It's more about the presence of somebody around you.
presence, correct. Presence
Yeah.
of someone's affection, someone's care, someone. All these things. If we see, always we are keeping ourselves in the center, and because of that, actually, it is little subtle. At subtle level, it is. We have to try to understand. Once, what happened with me? I'll share my incident. Like there was something was we were doing something. I don't know. It's 2-3 years back. I was a little bit adamant to the idea I was presenting, the solution I was presenting to another devotee. After 2-3 times I presented that solution in different ways. He was like, yes, I have understood, no need to repeat again and again. So he was because little irritated, because when you say 2-3 things, same thing in 2-3 times, you get little bit irritated. Very natural. So then I thought for a moment, see how deeply this thing is embedded into me and mine. How my thought, my idea, my solution should be taken up. You should work on my solution. You should take up my idea. This will help you. How much I'm attached to my idea. Even it may be little, little disgusting, this thing. Even we are so much attached to our body that if we see our own stool, we may not feel that disgusted. If we see someone else, suppose if some person has used the washroom, he has not cleaned the washroom, he has not done flush properly, we will feel very disgusted. Whereas your own stool, if you see, will not feel that kind of disgusted, because we are very much deeply attached to our body, that our own stool is not giving that kind of disgusted feeling to us. Another person stool, same stool, but another person stool is hush, I don't want to see also. This person does not flushes also properly, right? So same way what happens, because we are so much keeping our own self in the relationship as a center, that when we lose someone, we feel, oh, now I've lost that person. That person will no more be there to satisfy, to give me pleasure, to give me affection. Whereas if you center around that person with Krishna, no doubt there will be some kind of bereavement you may feel, some kind of, sadness, some kind of emotional breakout you may feel, but that you will feel as a, I've lost a devotee, I've lost a companion who is helping me to progress in Krishna consciousness. There are various Vaishnava acharyas who felt lot of pain, grief by losing such devotees, but their pain and grief is on spiritual platform, is free from material body or material level of attachment. Just like if you see as a fact, that person is lying in front of you, 30 years, 40 years, that person you have seen, same person is lying in front of you. What is the difference? Soul is not there, Atma is not there. But the fact is that Atma, that soul, you have never ever seen only. We have never ever seen that Atma or soul, right? We have seen only that body. That same body is there. But that same body we are not able to experience. Means soul is the driving force. Is the driving force that soul can drive even matter. That soul is now missing. Because of that, I am in pain. I am in grief. But the fact is, you have not seen that soul. You have seen only body. You have seen, because these emotions, these affection, these all things are on mind level, right? These are, energy of soul, but it is through mind we experience, or it can be, experienced to someone else through mind only, right? So we are so much on that bodily platform that we think, oh, this person is no more. But the fact is, we have never ever seen that person in reality. Only what we have seen or experienced is either that person on bodily level or on mental level. Whereas if you really want to experience a person at a spiritual level, then you will take an opportunity to associate with that person in Krishna conscious activities, in spiritual activities. And that is the real meaning of relationships. That are the real relationships in this material world. So, when you have such relationships, spiritual relationships center around Krishna, no doubt there is a pain, but those pains will help you to serve Krishna more and more. Those pains will help you to come out of this material existence. Those pain will help you to remember Krishna more and more. Those pain will help you to come out of this bodily conception of life. You know why after somebody he passes away, we are not allowed to go to temple. We are not allowed to do worship. Why it is so? Because to make us understand that we are so much on bodily level, it's a kind of punishment actually. In a way, if you see, it's a kind of punishment is given that you see you are so much attached to that person bodily level. Now you be in separation of spiritual activities so that you can realize the reality of the life and you don't further you not waste or lose the opportunity to establish your relationship with Krishna. So no doubt all these things will be there. Some pain, some grief, some emotional disturbance will be there, but those disturbance should not take us away from our prime duties, spiritual duties or spiritual activities. Those things or those emotional disturbance should not take us away from Krishna. If it is happening, then we should immediately, without any delay, we should seek guidance from our authorities, from devotees, and again revive our spiritual consciousness. Because we are so much deeply engrossed, or deeply, this bodily conception of life is so much deeply embedded inside our heart. It is very much natural that all these things will happen, but we should try to be little careful that all these things should not take us away from Krishna. As soon as we are feeling it is taking us away from Krishna, we should immediately, just like fire alarm is there, no, like that, we without any delay, we should ring that alarm and save ourselves. Hope this helps you.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
With this, we'll end here. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki,
जय
ki,
जय
Jai.
जय
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
हरे
हरे
कृष्ण
कृष्ण
Krishna
हरे
Prabhuji.
कृष्ण प्रभु
Hare Krishna, Hare
हरे
Krishna.
कृष्ण